It should have been done in a cinematic form. I would have enjoyed it that way. But here we are on a whole night where Drew McIntyre quits, Seth Rollins comes back, and it ends with this. No.
Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Sicks made their presence known recently on Monday Night Raw. And what an incredible showing from the family. At the very end, one of the things that was probably the most shocking was seeing Chad Gable that looked like he took one straight to the head. Somebody just at close range shot him and killed him right there on the set. But outrageous ending. Teddy, did you get a chance to see this?
Yeah, I got a chance to look at that. That was really put together very well. I mean, very well. It was certainly one of the greatest tributes I've seen, to a wrestler. And Bray certainly deserved that, man, because he was one hell of a nice guy, man. And like I said, that was put together well, man. Thank you, WWE.
Bill, what were your thoughts on the victims here of the Monday Night Raw massacre?
I'm glad you asked. I'm going to use a 4-letter word here. Yuck. I hated it. I hated it. I really didn't like it at all. I think Braun Strowman was down too. I didn't feel it was enough. I didn't feel like it was a tribute. I just felt like they were trying to continue the story, of course. It should have been a cinematic piece. It shouldn't have been live there. It didn't work for me. It was too much shtick. I was watching a wrestling show, and that came out at the end, and I was like, what the hell, really?
Teddy, I know what you would say if I made that comment. I'm watching a wrestling show. You would jump on me and immediately say, it's entertainment.
Well, Bill understands that. Right. He understands it. He's just expressing his feeling about the business. This is not the way that he saw it become as his time in the business and coming up. A lot of stuff right now, Barry, I certainly don't agree with, but there's nothing I can say. I have to change with the time. There's a new era, and you have to come into that era.
It was too much shtick. It was too much. I don't know how to put it. Again, it should have been done in a cinematic form. I would have enjoyed it that way. But here we are on a whole night where Drew McIntyre quits, Seth Rollins comes back, and it ends with this. No.
And I want to ask you something about this. You and I look at things different, Bill, because we know. Now, where you hated that, it may have been 1 million fans that probably loved it.
Probably.
You see what I mean? Correct. So we have to just, sometimes our feelings, we have to kind of keep them to ourselves, or either we have to just let people know, this is how I feel. I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking out of, for myself.
I understand. So. Absolutely.
And, the victims, for those who weren't sure who were all involved, there has been a list of names that's been put out as of the time that we went recording today. And those victims included Carmelo Hayes, Gunther, Dominic Mysterio, Triple H, Cody Rhodes, and Chad Gable, who we mentioned a while ago, looked like he got shot. And that's just a handful of names that during the day, I've heard some other ones thrown out there that people say Braun Strowman was one that was brought up. You have to really look because it was shot kind of dark. So you have to look and look good in that fog. But there have been names passed around, but they just went through the entire gorilla position and just eliminated anybody in that area. I thought it was kind of a good cliffhanger to bring into another show, which is what I think I enjoy about wrestling. Even though you may not have, liked the way it was done, it still makes you go, oh God, what are they going to do next? It makes you want to go back and say it again. And that's the point at the end of the show.
Not me.
Not you. Oh, well, hey, everybody's got a point and their own ideas. In the storyline. Right. What's that, Teddy?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Right.